Barry Tramel, and I say LeBron James and his cohorts are the big villains in the NBA Finals.
They do have some challengers, though. Those Dallas Mavericks, they aren't all altar boys, after all. From the Opupka Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Barry, there's a lot of people around here that they haven't liked LeBron for a while, but there's a lot of reason to dislike Dallas now as well. I think there's some villains on that Dallas team, but you like the villains on Miami a little bit better.
Yeah, I do. I mean, Mark Cuban is a guy that's easy to dislike if you follow the NBA guy, an owner sitting there riding the refs all game, and that can wear you out. But I actually think the Miami Heat have turned Mark Cuban into a sympathetic figure. Mark Cuban has never, the collusion of superstar players reached its zenith with the Heat. Cuban never was a part of anything like that. And also the sort of the arrogance of the Heat in terms of everybody's out to get us, everybody hates us, nobody wants us to win. That's not just the players. I think that's the city of Miami that has taken on that mantra. Hey, good news for you, Miami. You're a terrible sports town. Nobody's paid any attention to you, and now all of a sudden you're acting like a big dog on the NBA stage. LeBron's a big dog. Dwayne Wade's a big dog. Chris Bosh is a big dog. I'll give you Mike Bibby as a big dog. I'm not giving the city of Miami as a big dog. I think the NBA nation, I think America is pulling for the Dallas Mavericks.
Here's a new villain in the NBA Finals. You in the city of Miami, if you're going to be talking about them like that. But I tell you what, Dallas has definitely got some villains on their side too. Mark Cuban is definitely at the top of the list. Long before LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh were talking and making up their plans to come together in Miami, you had Mark Cuban just buying guys and trying to throw guys together in ways that really haven't worked. I mean, they obviously were in the finals in 2006, had a great shot at winning when you had the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, and at that point, Shaquille O'Neal come back from looking like they're dead in the water. Mark Cuban's been doing this for a long time, but throw Jason Terry into that mix too. I think Oklahoma City Thunder fans got a chance to see the punkishness of Jason Terry. Really fun to watch if he's on your side, but if he's on the other team, look out. They've got some guys that aren't very lovable, Barry.
No, well, that's true. I mean, I'm no big fan of Jason Terry, but you got to love Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, I think he's one of the more lovable superstars in the NBA, mild-mannered superstar. Tyson Chandler is one of the nice guys of all time in the NBA. So, I can find some things I like about the Mavericks. Frankly, I don't have a big problem with Cuban if he just shut up about the refs. He's the kind of owner I wish had my team.
Well, it's interesting, too. I think around here, the view may be a little bit different. I think nationally, I think there probably is a belief that, LeBron, he put on that villain act. He's really sort of bought into it and played to it in some regards. Most people around the country see him as the bad guy. Because when you look at the opposite stars in Dallas, guys like Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki, they're nothing if not lovable, unassuming in their way, sort of Kevin Durant-esque if you want to look for a local guy to compare those guys to. But if you're in Oklahoma City, it's going to be hard to decide who do you feel like is the bigger villain in this series. Yeah, there's reason to hate those guys down in Miami, but Dallas is right down the road. Mark Cuban's the guy that voted against this franchise coming to Oklahoma City, and it's the team that just beat your team in the Western Conference Finals, a team that you played pretty close with but couldn't quite get over the hump in the fourth quarter. So I think people in Oklahoma City, I don't know who they're going to root for, Barry. I think they might just, turn off the TV. I'm not sure who people in Oklahoma City feel like is the villain. I think it could be both teams. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.